There have been a lot of curious animated movies that have come out over the last few years that have done some interesting jobs in telling stories in one form or another. But one that got a shocking amount of attention was The Boss Baby, starring Alec Baldwin as said baby. The film had mixed reviews in some people's eyes, but was able to get an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Film, somehow. And because of that and other factors, a sequel is coming. And the first trailer is out now. So, allow us to show you the Boss Baby 2 official trailer, everything you missed. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 9. The original film's plot. Okay, so since the last movie came out in 2017, you might not fully remember the plot to the movie, so here's a loose breakdown for you. A man named Tim Templeton tells a story about his imaginative 7-year-old self and his parents, Ted and Janice. One day, Tim is surprised when an infant wearing a business suit arrives at his house in a taxi, and Ted and Janice refer to him as Tim's little brother. Tim is envious of the attention the day-old baby receives, and suspicious because of the infant's clothes and the strange behavior he exhibits around Tim. But his parents are oblivious. He finds out that the Boss Baby is someone who is a baby but has the mind of an adult via a special baby formula made at a place called BabyCorp. He's investigating why puppies are getting more love than babies and trying to stop it. Tim's parents work for the company that is causing the irregularity, and thus he infiltrated their home to figure out what was going on. The two agree to work together in order to figure everything out. By the end, the two become like brothers, and as such, the Boss Baby goes and enters their family for real at the end of the movie. At which point we revert back to the future where we meet Tim's daughter, who just so happened to have just gotten a new sister that dresses just like the original Boss Baby. Yeah, it's a trip, but that's movies for you. So given all of that, what's the story going to be about in The Boss Baby 2 Family Business? Number 8. The New Story. In regards to the sequel, the plotline is as follows. It'll be set in the future that the first film set up where Tim and Ted are now fully grown up. Tim, as we noted, is a family man with a daughter named Tabitha and a daughter named Tina. Whereas Ted is a successful businessman, because of course he is. Like most families, Tim and Ted have grown apart via their years of life and argue quite a lot. But this is where Tina reveals that she works for BabyCorp and is investigating the school that Tabitha is going to. Turns out there's a mysterious founder there, that will be voiced by Jeff Goldblum, that has been doing some shady things, and she wants to know what's going on and how it might affect kids like Tabitha. Oh, but wait, there's more, because Tim and Ted aren't just going to be on the case to help solve the mystery of the founder, but they'll also be reverting back to their child and baby forms for the movie via a special formula that helps them revert for 48 hours. Yeah, it's a lot, we know. But we can guess that there will be some special twists and other things that are going to be revealed to help tie it all together. Or at least, that's what we should hope. Number 7. The Boss Baby is about Trump? At first, this one might not make sense because this is a family movie with a happy ending, and very few things in Donald Trump's life end with a positive message about life and family in general. However, when you look at the original film and some of the language and looks of the Boss Baby, you'll see that there are a lot of parallels to current President Donald Trump. From the blonde hair to the snazzy suits to his no-nonsense demeanor at times, it's an awful lot to just be a coincidence. Furthermore, he says that smiling makes me feel weak, as well as delegating key tasks to his brother while he plays golf. Donald Trump is infamous for playing golf instead of, working. But wait, this also translates to The Boss Baby 2, as when Ted grows up, he's a successful businessman, has a very rich appearance, pays off a kid, and doesn't seem to care about certain other family members, like his brother. Yeah, that's a lot of Trump references if you know where to look. The director of the film states that this was just a coincidence, but was it? Was it really? Or was this a dig at the fact that Trump very much acts like a baby sometimes? These are the questions that keep people up at night. Just saying. Number 6. Other connections. When you make certain movies, there are going to be parallels to the world we live in within them, and The Boss Baby has gotten many people scratching their heads with both of its films because many think that this is a message about the economy. How so? Well, in the first film, the movie was about the pet industry and how pets were getting more attention than adults. There's no denying that the pet industry is massive and that there are some who would rather have a dog than a kid. But is the message really about limiting that? Then in the sequel, we have a potential message about schools. Schools are drastically underfunded, and there are some schools that are scams just to get money and then cut ties, which might be what's going on in this sequel. Whether the film is trying to warn us about what's going on is unclear, but it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that goes on in this film. Trust us. Number 5. The diaper change. This is a weirder tidbit that people have noticed about the two boss babies that we meet. Mainly, they're supposed to be super intelligent babies that can do all sorts of things because of their training, which was shown in various ways by the first movie. However, when it came to Ted, he had a habit of letting people do all sorts of things for him, including feeding him and changing his diaper, which he very likely could have done himself as he knew how to adjust a tie among other things. The new boss baby seems to be allowing that as well. Is this to go and cement their cover? Or is this just something that they're fine delegating? Number 4. Hair color. If you paid attention during the first movie and the first trailer for the second one, you'll notice that there's a certain issue that is simple in nature. By the end of the film, we see that Tim has a daughter, Tabitha, and yet her hair is blonde in the first movie and is a different color in the next one. This may seem like a simple change, one of many in the transition from film to film, including new voice acting for certain characters, but it does make you wonder what happened. Plus, despite Tim's parents not having blonde hair at all, Ted was welcomed into the family without issue despite not looking like either of them. What's up with that? Number 3. The creature. Movies and trailers love to hide Easter eggs so that people can dive into them and find out what they are or aren't. In The Boss Baby 2, there's a scene where the family is together and you can look outside the window to see something looking inside. It looks like a horse of some kind, but a very weirdly colored one. What's going on in this shot? Why is it looking in the window? Does it have a role to play in what's coming? Number 2. Okay, Boomer. Here's another small one, but it makes you think. In both The Boss Baby and the trailer for its sequel, it uses the popular Gen Z phrase, "Okay, Boomer," which is a reference to boomer babies of the 50s and 60s. It basically means that an older person is talking. While it's a popular phrase, it's also quite a mean one. It can mean that you disregard what an older person is saying just because you don't get it, which is harmful and has actually been turned into a banned phrase in places like businesses because it can be dubbed as discriminatory. Yet The Boss Baby has no issues using it, which makes you think they don't care about influencing kids. Number 1. Do we need this sequel? Okay, this has nothing to do with the trailer, but there are many who heard that Boss Baby 2 was coming and their response was, why? Yeah, that was our thought too. The first film did make a lot of money, but it wasn't a critical darling outside of that Oscar nomination that no one believed it deserved. This is just another case of Hollywood thinking, we can make money off a sequel, and going for it. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at The Boss Baby 2 and everything you missed from the trailer? Do you think you're going to see this movie when it comes out? Or do you think that it's something you're better off passing on? Do you know someone who liked the first movie? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.